Hello, fellow marketers. This is Brendan here, and I want you to take a look at the image that I have on the screen here. This is an image of the old way of link building, and as ugly as this image looks, this actually used to work and can still work to small degrees today. But it's very spammy, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of time to create all this content and to be able to manage this to get it going. But the idea is that you send thousands upon thousands upon thousands of crappy quality backlinks around the outer layer, which sends link juice up the chain all the way to your website. So the amount of backlinks actually directly hitting your website is very, very low, but the link juice has been powered by external links. And and I'll show in a link below this video, that I actually used to use this strategy. And if you want to learn that, there's a link below, but I don't recommend it because I do think that there is a better way. So the better backlink strategy for you is to actually own your own high PR domains. Now this is a better strategy because not only will it save you a ton of time, but you'll actually get better results as well. Because a handful of high page rank backlinks is far more valuable than thousands upon thousands of backlink spam. The fact is, you can get rankings pretty darn easily just by including some PR links to your site. Now, the one criticism that there is about this method is that it can cost too much to purchase these domains. But in reality, as you're going to see below in this video, you can actually make more money than you spend on these domains if you utilize them properly. So not only is this a system that can pay for itself and is relatively easy, you can actually make a profit by using this strategy. The two most popular places to find high PR domains is Digital Point Forums and GoDaddy. Now, Digital Point Forums has very affordable prices and they're very reasonable. GoDaddy, on the other hand, is a little bit more volatile. You can find worse prices on GoDaddy, but you can also find very, very good prices that you'd never be able to find at Digital Point. So of the two, I like both options. I know that with Digital Point Forums, I'm very likely to find a domain that I'm willing to purchase. Whereas with GoDaddy, there's a lot of domains that I shy away from, but then there's also some stellar deals that I'm able to scoop up, which I'm going to show later in this video. Now, there are a few things that you have to be careful for when you go shopping for high PR domains. There's a process that you need to go through every time that you consider a domain, and if it fails any of these, then it is a domain not worth getting. So this is really important, guys, because really your domain is virtually useless if it fails any of these. Now, first of all, the first thing you check for is this domain indexed? Now, this is pretty straightforward. Most people do this. Obviously, if the domain is not indexed, then we don't want to purchase it because we don't want a de-indexed domain. The second part of the process is the page rank real or fake? Now, believe it or not, it is actually very, very easy to fake the page rank of a domain. So we want to be able to do a quick check to make sure that the page rank of the domain is in fact from the domain itself. The next step is, has the domain been dropped before? And I'm gonna show you a tool where you can easily check to see whether the domain's been dropped. And I know that for a fact that one drop is not a big deal at all. If the domain has one drop, don't worry about it, that will be fine. But any more than one is where you get into the territory where you risk having this domain de-indexed or the page rank diminished at a later date. So that's really important. And then finally, we're going to do some backlink analysis on whether the domain's worth it. Because even if it does have a good page rank, if the backlinks have disappeared, then that page rank is not going to be able to maintain itself in the future. Okay, so we are at the buy and sell section of Digital Point Forums. You can easily get to this by hovering over the forms on the top nav bar, scanning over to the right where it says buy, sell, or trade, and then below there's a domains button. So click that button and you'll be taken to the exact page that I'm on right now. And what you'll find at this page is there are a bunch of people that are selling PageRank domains for auction bidding prices. So we're just going to take one of these domains randomly, and then we're going to put it through the process of whether we would be willing to bid or not. So this one at the top here, called sticksandcarrots.net, is going to be the one that we're going to use as an example in this video. So I'm just going to copy this link address, and then I'm going to take it into Google, and we're going to see whether it qualifies as a domain worth our attention or not. So for the first part of the process, we can say that Sticks and Carrots has passed the test, and for the indexation test, does actually qualify as being indexed in the search engines. Now the next part of the process is finding out whether this domain is actually real or fake PageRank. Now, the easiest way to do this is to add the info command. This will tell you, and I'll show you in this demonstration, exactly how to see whether this PageRank is real or fake. But all you need to do is add the info and then a colon. Now when I click enter, this is how you check right here. When you type in this command, if the domain matches below here, then you know that the PageRank is in fact real. If this domain was something different or completely different, then that would be an example of where the domain has been faked and the domain is getting redirected PageRank. But in this example, you can see that the domains here match, which is exactly what we're looking for, which means that the PageRank will be real. Alright guys, so one of the final parts in the process is to check whether this domain has been dropped in a domain registrar before. You can do this by going to a free resource called Domain Tools, and I'll include a link below. And all you need to do is paste in the domain that you're looking at, and then click the search bar. Now it'll take you a page to information, and all you need to look at is the registrar history. And right here it tells me that this domain has been dropped 2 times. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I only like selecting domains that have been dropped 1 time or less. When you go to drops that are more than 1, that's when you get to the area where Google can de-index your domain or it can diminish the page rank. So for that reason, that would be a little bit too risky for me. 2 drops isn't that bad. There's lots of instances where it's more than 2 drops. So this is something that you can use at your own discretion. Although I would recommend that you only select domains where the drops are 1 or less. So the final step in the validation process is checking out the backlinks. Now the best way to do this is to use a program called SEO Spyglass. It's completely free, and I'll include a link below this video so you can go pick it up right now. All you need to do is open up that program, and you want to go to the second option where it says enter a competitor's URL, and you want to enter in your domain that you're looking at. So in this example, it's sticksandcarrots.net off of Digital Point Forums, and then we want to press the next button. You don't need to fill out any of this information. You can just go over to the next button again, and it'll get going. Now, depending on the amount of backlinks, this can take a short time or a long time. In this example, it takes a very short amount of time, and it's almost completed now. So just a couple more seconds, and then we click to finish. Perfect. Now it gives you this option, do you want to check the quality of the backlinks? And absolutely we do. That's the reason why we're doing this search, so we would click yes on this. Now to save time, you can actually deselect some of these, but I recommend that you have them all select because it doesn't take that long anyways. So if we click next, now it's going to go through and analyze all the backlinks to the domain that we're looking at. Alright, so I'm back, and SEO Spyglass is finished, and it's found 57 backlinks. Now, you may recognize that there's a discrepancy in this backlink checker compared to the one that SEO Quake showed. That's not really a big deal. Different backlink checkers find different backlinks, so there are going to be discrepancies from one checker to another. It doesn't mean that one's better than the other, it's just that they function differently. The one in SEO Quake uses Majestic, and this one uses its own self-hosted backlink checker. But after we click Finish, then we're going to get information on the backlinks available. And there's a few columns that you need to know about. This one you definitely need to know, called the links back. This will tell you whether that link still exists or not. So if it says yes, then that means that the links are still at this page, and you can find it by visiting that page. But if it says no, that means that although there used to be a link to this domain, in the past, that link is no longer there anymore. And the other main column that we want to look at is page PR, because we're selecting this domain because we want its page rank, but it matters whether the backlinks that it gets still have page rank or not. So if we sort this by the amount of page rank, see that it actually has quite a few page rank backlinks, but then we want to compare these two categories. Do these page rank backlinks still exist? And for the most part, we can see that most of these backlinks still do exist. This PageRank 3 backlink, no longer available, and this PR2 backlink, no longer available. But other than that, it's got a couple PR4 backlinks pointing to its page, and it's got a few PR3s and a whole bunch of PR2s, all pointing to the domain Sticks and Carrots. So in terms of backlink quality, this domain has a very good one, and it's worth being a PR3, and it will maintain its status almost definitely in future PageRank updates. So the domain that we were looking at, sticksandcarrots.net, actually did pretty well for the most part. The only part of the test that it failed was that it was dropped 2 times. I only like domains that are dropped 1 time or less, so I would continue looking. But other than that, it was a pretty good domain. Now, sticksandcarrots.net did sell on Digital Point Forums for $47, which is a reasonable price considering it had pretty good backlinks. But there is a better way and a much more lucrative way for you to find domains cheaper and of better quality. And you can use a number of products to do this, but the 2 best on the market are Register Compass and PR PowerShot. Now, the difference between these products is fairly minimal. They both help you find good high PageRank domains very quickly. The difference in price, though, is huge. Register Compass costs $37 per month and $350 per year. PR PowerShot costs $27, and I actually prefer it. It's very sleek, very sexy, and very easy to use. So this is the software program that I use. It's a $27 one-time fee, but what it'll allow you to do is find high PageRank domains a lot cheaper and a lot faster than you would otherwise. Now there's a couple of tricks that I use to use this to the maximum effectiveness that I want to show you. And the first one is the keyword option that you select. Most people here will select a niche-related keyword, but that is a mistake because it is going to narrow your search results. Believe it or not, you can leave this box blank. I know it looks like you need to submit something, but you don't, and you're going to have better search results when you don't type anything. Now the next option is the domain extensions that you want to use. When it comes to SEO, it really doesn't matter what the domain extension is. I know that you guys have heard that .com, .net, and .org are the best domain extensions, but in terms of link authority, domain extension means absolutely nothing, so we don't care what the domain extension is. Now when it comes to PageRank, you can select PR2 if you want. In my opinion, it's not worth the amount of time that I spend on these, so for my settings, I only select boxes that are PR3 or higher. And of course, you want to make sure that the PageRank is only real. You don't want fake PageRank because that'll also be a waste of time and a waste of your money. and then it's up to you on domain age whether you want to select an age domain. I leave this at no age limit because I can easily see in the search results whether I want to go for it or not. So once you've filled out this criteria, you just press the go button and it'll pop up this alert box. Now this alert box tells you, would you like us to email you when we find domains that fit this criteria? Now, you definitely should do this because it'll give you the first crack at domains that hit GoDaddy and give you an advantage over a lot of other people. So this is a really cool feature, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to skip it for now. So if you take a look at the list of domains that PR PowerShot provided for us, you can see that all the domains have PageRank 3 or higher, and they're all around the $12 price point. Now that is an insane deal if you think about it. PageRank 3 on the market, if you go to GoDaddy or Digital Point Forums, will cost you about $47 or $50 for an average price. But with the PR PowerShot, you can easily find domains that cost $12 in a very short amount of time, so that $27 one-time fee more than pays it for itself if you only find one good quality domain. Now, of course, you still need to do your due diligence and take a look at these domains to see whether they still have their backlinks, whether they've been dropped, and all that good stuff. But if you do a little bit of research, this can be a very, very powerful strategy for you to find high PR domains for a very, very cheap price. So earlier in this video, I actually told you guys that not only is this a good backlink strategy, but you can actually make a good amount of income in the process. Now I want to show you a good example of that, and it's a domain that I purchased called ToTukTuk. Now I bought ToTukTuk with PR PowerShot for only $12, and I've created my own niche site on it on the headphone niche. Now ToTukTuk has more than paid for itself in a very short amount of time just through affiliate income alone. So I can still use this domain to link to other domains that I own, but just in the ability to rake in affiliate commissions, it is making me a good chunk of change. So I want to show you here, ToTukTuk is currently a PR3 domain, but that PR3 domain is actually linking juice all the way through my website. So if you go to my category page now, you will see that all the category pages have become PR2s. So that means that every single internal page on my website has a direct PR2 backlink. Now, of course, PR2 backlink is not very powerful at all, but if you target uncompetitive search terms, that may be all you need to get first page rankings. But if it's not, at the very least, it's a good head start. So when it comes to creating new niche sites in the future, it's an absolute no-brainer to set them up on high PR domains because it gives you a nice fast-track shortcut in the search engines that will save you a ton of time and will actually make you more money in the process. Another really cool trick that you can do with these domains is that once you have a few of them, you can actually create more of them out of thin air. So if you have 2 or 3 PageRank 3 domains, it's very easy for you to point those domains at a brand new domain and turn it into a PR3 in the next PR update. So with these new PR domains, you can either choose to sell them on Digital Point Forums, or you can keep them into your own network to use for SEO benefits. The choice is really up to you. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. I hope that after watching this, you have a good understanding of the sheer power that you can have with PR domains. It really is a better backlinking system than the backlinking spam that we used to do in the past. I really recommend that if you didn't understand something in this video, that you go back and rewind to somewhere where you lost your track and you learn how to do this, because this is the way of the future. This is a backlink strategy that can have 0 footprints, which means it will stand the test of time. This is good now, and it will continue to be good for the years to come. So thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you have any questions or you have any comments, feel free to email me. My email address is brendanmace@live.com. So it's my first name, Brendan, my last name, Mace, and then at live.com. I definitely welcome any contact with anybody. I do get quite a few emails per day, so sometimes I can't answer you right away, but I definitely look forward to them, and I look forward to talking to you more